Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So, on the docket for today, we check back in with US Bank and their transfer partners. We have built up to a lot if you want to pretend to live the life of luxury. And we even have Walmart and Apple Pay finally getting along to close out with a feel-good story of sorts. It's only like 10 years too late. All that and more. So, of course, if it sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, last week we talked about US Bank, and that's where we'll lead off with once again. US Bank finally has transfer partners after years of talking about it, maybe a year or two of talking about transfer partners. So they have them, and then two mysteriously went away, and now they're officially back. So to refresh your memory again, US Bank had added Air France, they had added All Accor, and they had Ethiopian Rewards, and then Qantas as well. All Accor is a 2-to-1 transfer rate, the rest are 1-to-1. So then Air France had disappeared, so now Air France is actually back on the list, so that is a good thing there. We're still looking for Qantas to return, but we've got one more back, so if you were really hoping for that, so be it. You now have that option. What is sort of nice too is a little bit of extension story. If you have one of the Elan cards, you remember the Elan cards are like basically carbon copies of the US Bank cards, and they also have one that's a carbon copy of the old Altitude Reserve that is still out there, of course, but is dead to new applicants. Well, it looks like that is going to work for these transfer partners as well. So again, I'll put it on the screen. You can see right there, you can exchange your rewards with any of our loyalty partners. And this is from the Elan card. So there you go, not too bad. Again, I think you can still get those cards, you just can't get the Altitude Reserve. So again, I don't think this is going to tempt many people, but it is nice, I guess, for them to extend it to the full family lineup. I guess it's also weird, I didn't realize the transfer partner is really only good for the Altitude Reserve. I would have thought they would have worked for the Altitude Connect, but I'm pretty sure you need the Altitude Reserve to get points over to the partners, and they don't offer it to new applicants. So potentially they're going to US Bank will be planning a new premium flagship travel card. One would think it just simply doesn't make sense when everyone else has a card at this tier. A lot of them aren't even good. Bank of America is not very good. Cities, I don't think, is very good. I know some would disagree. So they might as well have one too. So hopefully we could see that coming. It's still a weird order of events, but hey, either way, you have one more transfer partner back. So if you're not transferring points, but you still need to travel, maybe not too far, and you want to ride in a helicopter, well, BILT Rewards has you covered. They have announced Blade is now a redemption option for your BILT points. This was talked about early on in the BILT refresh, and it just took a while to get here, apparently. So there's a whole press release. We have a few BILT press releases to go through. So I will start with the helicopter one. So BILT Cash towards Blade. BILT members can now redeem BILT Cash towards Blade bookings up to $350 per seat for up to 2 flights per calendar year. Total value up to $700 a year. At checkout, your available BILT Cash will credit will appear automatically as a payment option. BILT Cash can be combined with BILT points and any linked card as well. They go on to say that credits reset every January 1st, not replenished upon use in the same calendar year. Each credit applies to 1 seat booking if your seat costs less than $350. Remaining credit cannot be carried over. The BILT Cash applies to seat bookings only, not incidentals such as luggage fees or things like that. So there you go. There's a few other notes in here as well. BILT members will pay whatever the revenue cost per BILT flight is with BILT Cash up to $350 per seat. So for example, $250 BILT airport flight will cost a BILT member $250 in BILT Cash. BILT members can book 2 seats per year with BILT Cash, as we said. If a BILT member books 1 seat for $225 in BILT Cash and a second for $300 in BILT Cash, they do not have $175 to book the 3rd seat, just subtracting the difference there. Those are some notes that they sent over. Clarification, that was the word I was looking for, to the doctor's post. So there you go. Whatever, I guess. I mean, LeBron, maybe this is a card for LeBron. He's rumored to not want to live in Philly and take a helicopter ride over from New York to Philly for practice and game or home game. So I guess maybe this is the card for him. I don't know. I'm still waiting for someone on YouTube, one of the BILT boys, to go ahead and do a redemption like this. I don't really have much to say about Blade. I don't really gonna pay for a helicopter ride myself, but hey, it is an option, and I'll give them points for creativity. I mean, it's not just another lounge or silly thing. It's something that other people don't have. Sometimes there's a reason other people don't have these options, but hey, it is a reason. Now, if you don't want to fly there or helicopter over there because you want to get your steps in, maybe you're a hardcore trainer, well, perhaps you just want to go to Equinox. Well, BILT also has you covered there. So, another press release. Redeem BILT cash for Equinox credits to use on spa treatments and personal training sessions and studio Pilates sessions. I don't know how that's different than training sessions. Credits are available twice per year with amounts determined by your elite status. So, $75, you get $75 twice a year with blue status, $100 twice a year with silver status, and $150 twice a year with gold and platinum status. So you can go through Explorer Club and browse the Equinox class schedules. You can take a look through them. I think this is in the BILT Neighborhood Concierge now is what they say. And then BILT members joining through the BILT app, BILT Concierge, or directly through Equinox at a club can choose from the 3 exclusive welcome offers, 10,000 BILT points that you can use anywhere, not just on gym stuff. Complimentary personal training session or complimentary 50-minute spa service. Members can also upgrade their Equinox membership directly in the BILT app. So there you go. If you don't want to walk, get your steps in, you can also go train. But if that one's not for you, but wait, there's more. BILT partners with Blacklane, which is a chauffeur service. I had to look it up myself. Wasn't really familiar with it. I'd heard the term. BILT Blade and Blacklane, I believe, are the two that were talked about when BILT launched originally. Well, the refresh launched a while. So another press release. Are you tired of marketing press releases yet? Because I'm not. One more to go. So again, BILT partner, so you can book Blacklane rides within the BILT travel portal, so you can pay with any credit card you want. Not yet clear if the changes post as a BILT charge or Blacklane. I guess that could play into which card you use. You can use up to $50, $100, or $150 in BILT cash each calendar year toward a Blacklane booking. And again, it goes by status. So $50 a year is blue and silver, $100 a year is gold, and $150 is platinum. When you book within the BILT travel portal, you'll have the option to apply BILT cash up to the allowed amount. The remainder will be paid with a credit card. Again, any card. So there you go. Blacklane rides booked within BILT will also earn 1x back, so nothing crazy there. BILT points can be redeemed to book Blacklane rides at a rate of 0.7 cents, which is not ideal, so probably don't do that. So there you go. That was way more time talking about BILT updates than I thought. And the worst part is I'm not even paid to talk about BILT like other folks. I don't really know why I spent that much time on this. Maybe it's a slow week. But anyways, there you go. You now have more options for your BILT cash. Quick summary. I don't really understand like capping the amount you've BILT cash you can use. Like it's your cash. Why can't you just use all of it, none of it, or some of it? Might be from the partners, But again, they do at least have different services. So there you go. Let us know. I'm sure someone will do a YouTube video about it. I'm positive of that. So moving right along to some more actual credit card news. The PenFed. So PenFed Pathfinder card. I'll put the card on screen for you. It's one of those sleeper type travel cards. And it's interesting because for the while now, you could avoid the annual fee by having a PenFed checking account, but that looks like that is going away. So PenFed has sent out a letter in the mail to the Pathfinder card holders, and the purpose of the letter is to let them know that the annual fee can no longer be avoided, and that starts September 28th of this year. So again, the account will be charged an annual fee of $95. It's no longer eligible to be waived. The fee increase up to $30 for the first occurrence, up to $35. Oh, this is something else they wrote in there. We don't need to worry about that. I should space these notes out better. So previously, like I said, if you had the PenFed Honors Advantage, it's like a checking account, you could have the annual fee waived. And as you can see, the card was pretty good. I mean, it's still pretty good, right? You're talking about 4x on travel, 3 on all dining, 1.5 on everything else. But, of course, you had the $95 annual fee, which you could get waived by simply having a checking. I mean, you could use the checking account to avoid the fees over there, but it really wasn't hard. In addition to that, you also had $120 credit for global entry or TSA pre-check, and up to $100 credit for domestic ancillary travel fees, as they say. So overall, considering it was basically free, if you did all that, I don't think it was a bad option. So it is somewhat sad to see that go. It's not really a popular card, but I guess it's somewhat fair if I'm PenFed and I look around and like everyone else has a $95 card and checking accounts that cost money. Like, why am I still doing this? And you could argue my $95 card is just as competitive, if not more competitive, than some of these other $95 cards. It's very on. I think it's right there with the Strato Premiers, the Journeys, the Sapphire Preferreds. So I'm not a fan of it, but I do get it. Anyways, moving right along, we have sticking in travel, I guess you could say, is Chase. Now, this is a they did it, then they didn't do it, and because there's a quick back and forth, I figure we would cover it because it also could be foreshadowing to what they are intending to do. So, if you take a look at this. This was a Reddit user had noticed travel guide. They have a travel guide. There was a direct link to it, but I don't think it works anymore since they changed it, right? This has to do with the property credits booking through the Sapphire Reserve. So it has the Sapphire Reserve, the regular one and the business one. So it's got the $250 edit hotel booking credits when you go through Chase, and of course you could stay 2 or more nights. And the gist of what is happening is, if you've got 2 credits, you could book, 2 stays separately, right? So you could book I'm going to be in room A on these 2 days, and I go back and book another booking. I'll be in room B these 2 days, and then sometimes you can go to the front desk and be like, hey, look, can you just merge these together so I don't actually have to move rooms? Or worst case scenario, you have to move rooms, walk down the hall, whatever. And the reason you would do that is because you maybe need to be at the hotel for 4 days. But you also get your edit credit benefits over here and the credit itself, and of course the benefits over here. We've seen people do that on the Amex Platinum, I believe it is. So Chase said, no, we don't want you to do that. And so the original changes, I'll put this block of text on here for you, but the part you want to see is that, again, we cover how you get two $250 statement credits for prepaid bookings with a 2-night minimum, and then back-to-back stays at the same property within 24 hours of checkout are considered a single stay, and only the first stay is eligible for the credit. So that was found on the 16th. And on the 17th, they removed that verbiage again from it. So it makes sense, why they wouldn't want you to do that. Again, we've seen folks do it on the Platinum card. It's been talked about. But this time around, I think it went even harder to say, like, they're not. The way I read it is like they weren't going to give you the $250 credit. And I don't know if you're going to get the benefits with the edit as well. I don't know. Exactly, didn't go into too much depth there, but I can see them. Maybe they just pressed send too early on that, and they plan to do it. That would be my guess. I mean, because clearly they're very aware of it. Someone took the time to write out new terms and conditions. That's a lot of approvals and a lot of work. It's not a lot of work, but because of corporate America, it would become a lot of work, if you know what I mean. So I can see this becoming a rule in the near future when they, whenever they decide to sneakily add it back. So if that is you've got edit credits to burn, I would keep an eye on that. I complain about credits and coupons a lot. I just feel like this is stuff that even the common person, like, general population who doesn't do this would be able to pick up on. And at some point, I just do wonder how on one hand, these products they always come out that they're popular with the youngsters, right? But on the other hand, they sure still had to keep fighting loopholes and everything around coupons. I just wonder when these cards get too restrictive, too much, and just try to force people down their path too much, and we finally move on to something else. Just my 2 cents, but we've heard it all before. So, we've had a lot of weird stories here today. Let's close with a happy story like they do on like the world news. So Walmart, massive retailers, you know them well. For years and years now, they have resisted Apple Pay, digital wallets. Why? Well, we presume it's because, one, there's another person in taking a cut of the transaction. Number 2, I believe it couldn't restrict the type of data they get to keep. And number 3, they've been pushing their own Walmart app, and then they also have the OnePay card as well. Well, for whatever reason, they finally came around, and I got this from Mac Rumors, but there is a press release about it. So we want customers and members to have choice in how they pay, so they can check out in the way that works best for them. Now, beginning August 24th, which is 2 days from the time I'm taping this, I will be adding tap to pay to our payment options at select Walmart stores and Sam's Club locations, with plans to roll it out to all U.S. stores and clubs by the end of 2026 and to fuel stations by mid-2020, so gas stations. I don't just say that. So again, they go on to say it gives people options and this, that, and the other. So they say tap to pay, so I believe that would work with all the digital wallets, which is big, especially as we just saw, the Samsung card come out, which is 5% or 3%, sorry, on Samsung Pay purchases. So that could be helpful to a lot of folks. For those who, I guess they got rid of the Kroger card, so a little bit late perhaps. I know myself, when I'd go to Walmart, I'd always forget to bring the AAA card, which at the time worked at Walmart. Now it doesn't. So I guess why I say it's kind of, for us, it does make things easier for sure, but it's almost too little too late, given that the only real way to get that much back at Walmart, I think, is through the Walmart card. But of course, the Samsung could be 3% as well. So there you go. I don't think it'll be that big, that hard to roll out. The terminals they have look to be updated. They just didn't enable the feature. So anyways, there you go. If you've got a Walmart strategy, let us know. Or maybe don't let us know. Just keep it to yourself and enjoy it while you can. But that is the news for this week. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course, every single day over on profitablecontent.com, which is of course the channel's blog, always linked down below for you, and on the channel homepage we post news stories just like this, plenty of bank promotions and credit card offers. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you very soon in the next one.